Well, hello everyone. This is scratch building with the Cuzzz tonight. Don't look like any of my students showed up tonight. They're all playing hooky, I guess. Hello, Heath. Hello, Nissy. How's it going? Humanity Junction. Glad to see you in here. Big G, Gary. How's it going? Dave BNS. Yeah, Dave. I can't wait to run them two new locomotives, brother. So get your butt over here. We got some track to be laying down. Roy Eltham, how's it going, buddy? Glad to see you in here. Yeah, it looks like none of my students showed up tonight. Dwight Curley, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in here tonight. Norman Rowe, glad to see you, buddy. Big G, I said hello to. I said hello to. All right, well, we got 13 in here. Let's wait a little longer before we get into this. Anyhow, as you guys know, I've been working on a build for Mr. Roy Eltham, and it is the Oxnard Travel Center in Oxnard, California. Anyhow, thank you. Anyhow, I'm at a point now where the next couple of structures that I need to build, I have to have the roof of the main building on. So tonight I am going to show you guys how I got to the point that I want to get to. So when we get a few more people in here, I will show you that little project that I'm going to have going on. And what's with the shirt? What shirt? Oh, this is a shirt that I've had for ages and ages and ages. It's probably about 20 years old. It's so thin. I just love it. So it's so comfortable. I don't even remember where I got it, but anyhow, it's the cycle of railroads that were bought up. Whoa, holy mackerel, did you see that? Hello, CP368, how's it going? Very cool, very cool. Williamsville Depot. John Schoolkill, how's it going? John, so far, I watched all of On Track Tuesday, and now we're into mine. In case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I've been having problems with my internet, keep going away and coming back, going away. Hello, Wigwag Workshop. How's it going, buddy? Glad to see you. Wicked Insanity. Nice to see you in here. Pappy, glad you can make it in. So, about a week ago, they had an outage. The whole area was out. And since then, every day, since that was about a week ago, for the past 3 or 4 days, my internet was going away and coming back and going away and coming back. So I called my provider once yesterday, and they did something, and it worked for a while. It was okay. Then I called again today because it went down, and they did something again today. Then after they did that, it was still happening. So I called up my buddy John McKernan. And hey, John, can you help me out with this situation? It was a simple fix. He told me to go in and reboot the router. So that's what I did. I unplugged it. I kept him on the phone with me. We were talking, chit-chatting a little bit. Plugged it back in. And that was more than an hour ago. And the internet has not dropped out on me. If it does drop out, hello, Melvin Fackler. How's it going? If it does drop out on me, I will try and reboot and come back in. Other than that, we got 19 people in here. We're getting close. I want to see at least 20 in here so I can show you guys all at one time the build that I am doing here. Yeah, John, we'll see what happens. I mean, I was kind of like, I never even thought about that, you know, working on cars for as long as I did. But whenever we had an electrical problem that we could not verify, the first thing we would do was disconnect the battery and let all the computers reset and put it back. So basically, I wasn't thinking of that. Hello, Nissy. How are you? Glad you can make it in tonight. There you go, Norm. That's exactly what I did. When in doubt, just unplug it and then plug it back in after 30 seconds. Exactly what I did. So, so anyhow, this build that I am doing is coming along very, very nicely. This will be a video because I am going to record this at the same time I'm doing this because you guys are one particular group that watches my stuff, and then I have a whole bunch of people that watch my videos. So I'm going to do this as a video also. I believe that I can record at the same time that I am doing it. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, so let's see. We've got to get a couple more people in here. I think for you guys that are interested, I think this Saturday's video is going to be a layout update. Yeah. Yeah, I've been working on. I explained to you guys earlier on that my sleep hours are totally screwed up. I'll fall asleep on the couch at 9 o'clock and I'll wake up at 2 o'clock and then I'm up. So from 2 o'clock until I can make noise, I've been working on Roy's build. I don't have to make any noise. My knife don't make noise. Glue don't make noise. So yeah, so it was doing good. Wait, does BNSF have a layout? Yes, I do have a layout. 2 rooms with 3 tiers, 3 levels. And I can't wait to start doing the scenery on that part of the layout because it's going to be cool. JT1, how's it going, buddy? Scott Johnson, nice to see you in here. Glad you could all make it in. It was 72 here. Now 66. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's been pretty cool here. Like yesterday and today, it's been overcast pretty much both 3 days actually. Very windy, and I don't even know what the temperature is. Probably it's pretty chilly out there. Let me check my phone real quick. It's saying it's 76 degrees. So it's a chilly 76 degrees. All right. Hello, Dragon Lover. Glad you can make it in here tonight. Z Fantasy, nice to see you. Don't you want to work tonight, little lady? I sent you a link. Didn't you get the link? Why not, Joe? I'm awake at that time. All right. Anyhow, let's get down to the other camera and let's be cool here. And I'll show you what's got to be happening here. Now, the reason why we got to do this particular part now is because the next few buildings that I do, all their roof sections intersect with the main roof of this building. Well, when I went outside earlier, it felt chilly to me, buddy. I don't care what you say. Anyhow, let me get this camera going up here. And unplug you there. Uh-oh, that battery doesn't look too good. All right. Anyhow, let's get down here and let's see what we can get into. All right. So what you see in front of you now, this is the main building here. Get this guy out of the way. And of course, it's not shored up or anything like that. It still needs to get some supports and so on and so forth. But this is how I am going to build the roof on this. Now, I'm not a mathematician and I suck at math. I really do. So this is going to require a lot of angles. And it took me a long time to get to what I am doing today. So I might have to tape this down. Let's see. Let me tape it down just so it doesn't move on me while I'm doing this. You all can see that, right? You know what? Let me move this over. Move this over to the other screen. There we go. Okay. I can't. It's not going to be any better if I do it over here. All right. We'll put you back here then. I'm just trying to get the best picture so I can see what I'm doing. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and tape this down real quick, and I'm going to turn this light on also. Need some more light here. All right. And by the way, thanks to Mr. Grandpa Rails, I actually got to see the inside of this building. Yes, I did. I saw the inside, and Roy, double what you pay me and I'll do the inside for you. It's got a lot of stuff going on inside there. Where they say the main entrance is, which would be on this side, there's a hallway that goes from that building to this building. And in that hallway, there's an elevator and there's a set of stairs that gets up on the second floor. On this side of the building here, I believe there's all offices up on the top, on the second floor. And then underneath, there are some shops. And then, of course, there's a whole big waiting room. So, all right. Now, with all that being said, let's see. Let's see. I'm watching some of the chat. All right. So now I got this, okay, and the next couple of structures I need to build are going to be these guys right here. And this guy's going to go here like this. And then there'll be a couple of smaller buildings that go to the sides like that. And then this one here would go on this side like this. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So, of course, these are not ready to do. There's windows and stuff that have to go. In order to get the angle of this roof right here, to make it look pleasing to the eye, there was a lot of arithmetic going on. And like I said, I really suck at arithmetic. So what I did was I first took the width of this, and then I said, okay, how high do I want to make this? How tall do I want to make this roof? So I kept looking at the picture, and it's not a really high peak on there. So I made these guys. And these guys, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them. And what we're going to do tonight is we're actually going to put these down on here. And we're going to work it out from there. So I'm going to take my glue. And again, in one of my next videos, I'm going to do a comparison on all these different glues I've been using. Now, did I mark this one? No, I did not mark that one. I want number 2. I just have them marked randomly. So yeah, where is number 2? I guess this is it. I guess I didn't mark this one. And I made sure that they go right out to the tips. And I'm going to have to support this roof from inside also, because it is kind of flimsy. It's a big run. It's a whole piece of plastic. It's 6 inches by 12 inches. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And as you can see, I have them marked out with the spacing I want to do. And I also have center line drawn here and center line drawn here. So we should be good to go. See, what's happening right now is that there's no support under here. You know what? Maybe I'll take it off and do that. Then we'll do this on here. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. Take that guy off. And we'll put him down here on the flat. Now, I do have the walls that are in here. You'll see those in the next video, next update video on this build. And we need to add more. All right. All right, so we'll let that sit there for a minute. Now, the front of this roof is on an angle that goes this way, and that's where I started getting screwed up because, oh, there's Sean. All right, let's see. Hello, Sean.
Hey, Vinny, how are you?
I'm okay. Hang on, let me turn my volume down. All right, there you go. All right, so to catch you up is we're going to be doing the roof on my main building that you can see in the picture right there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So we're going to be doing the roof on that because the next building I have to build, I have to have the angle of the roof because both roofs intersect with each other. So with that being said, I already started putting this on. I had to figure these angles out, which I am not really good at. So what we're going to do is we're not going to put the 2 middle ones in right now. We're just going to put the end ones on. I believe that's the number 1. And also, I have these guys that I have left over from a project that I did previously, and I'm going to put them behind here to keep it perfectly at a 90 because I know that those are 90 degrees. And we're going to go ahead now, and we're going to glue this guy in place. I did test this out. I did kind of tack glue these down earlier just to make sure everything was going to fit. All right, and right down the center line. One thing I did order this week was 4 more of these guys. Yeah, because I noticed that I could not fit this in my jigs, and the other clamps that I have did not use. I did not try to use. So we're just going to put this guy on here like that, just to hold him down. All right. So now, like I said, I had to figure out the height of this building because the roof of this building is going to intersect with the roof of this building. So that's why I need to do this to try and get all my angles. Again, it's more math, which I'm not good at. I really do. I was terrible in math, dude.
Yeah. I took grade 10 math, grade 11 math, and grade 12 math twice.
Well, the problem is when I switched from an academic school to a vocational school, the math they didn't press the math as much as the theory behind what vocation I was going for, which was auto mechanics. So they pushed more the theory than they did on the math, So I lost out on that.
Yeah. Which is funny because when I apprenticed as a mechanic myself, and the first module, there was a lot of math in it because you were working on rebuilding engines. So you had to calculate bore and stroke and all that.
Right.
And replacement bearing thicknesses and everything.
That's not calculating angles.
No.
And percentages, Yeah, you get a dial indicator, you put it in the bore, you get the size of the bore,
Yeah. Well, the only angles you'd have to calculate is what angle you need to have your wheelie bar set at for that big motor.
There you go. The Humanity Junction says math was his best subject. English, still cannot speak it. It's one of the hardest languages, Heath. All right, so we got these two guys in here, okay? And this one, wow, this one set up pretty good. How'd this one do? That's pretty good also. So now I had to figure out, let me get you guys back down to the other camera. So now I had to figure out what this angle was. All right. So I measured here again. And then I took my trusty ruler and I went from here to here. And I said, oh, 70 millimeters. Okay, so I'll make one that's 70 millimeters. And so I did. And if you guys don't believe me, I can show you. But anyhow, this guy here will sit along the edge right here. And it will hook up with that guy right there. Like that. And I don't think I have this guy in the right place. Yeah, I think we need to go in front of that line. That's the reason why I have this 90 degree in the back to hold it up straight, because this guy has to sit right on the point. And you can see that we're a little bit loose right now. But that's how that's going to look. Oops, get back there, you. So I think I got the angle down pretty good, if you ask me. Now I also figured out how to cut the section of roof, the roof panel that's got to go there also. So that's going to be fun to do, and I'm gonna have to do it again, and I'm gonna have to temporarily glue it down so I can get the proper reading for this guy. Now, I temporarily start to do that. And let's see.
I stand corrected about the wheelie bars. Apparently, it's the distance off the ground of the wheels and not the angle.
Oh, somebody correct you on that?
Yeah, Container Mad 68.
Oh, okay. Let's see. He's similar to me. I always hated math. Yeah, math was always my worst subject. Always. All right. So I came up with this, and I think this is going to work, because what I did was I just took my plastic and I measured the distance here, which is just like that. Of course, once this is put together, it'll be a little bit different. It goes there. So I took one of these guys and I did the angle like that. And so now, when I put these guys on here and I put the roof material on, this guy does match up. So that's what I want to see. I want to prove that tonight. I want to get this guy a little bit better as far as, because he's kind of loose. All right, take this guy out of here for now. Move him out of here for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this Tamiya and just in 2 spots right along the edge. I just want to give it a little bit more strength. I'm starting to like this stuff, even though it's as thin as it is, but it's really good because it does get into all the little crevices and cracks and stuff like that. So I think it's actually a pretty good paint.
Is that the non-toxic stuff that smells like oranges, Vinny, or is that the regular?
No, this is regular. You could smell it. You could definitely smell it's adhesive. Hello, Mr. Container Man 68. How are you, little brother? I'm dyslexic. Oops, sorry about that, Melvin. Let's see. Oh, wait. So Container Man, number 2, Paul. So Stephanie Paul is number 1, Paul. I had no clue what's going on with that. Hillbilly Railroad, Scott, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. The reason why I'm doing this on the bench right now is because it was sagging, because there's no supports in the structure yet, which I have not done yet. So anyhow, let's get back down here and let's see how this guy is. He's getting there. This guy is rock solid. And eventually I will glue these in place just to make sure that these stay at 90s perpendicular to the roof. Now, the reason why I'm doing this whole section right here is, number 1, this is going to be a removable roof. So he's going to be able to lift this up and move it out of the way because I think he wants to put lights in here. And so he can use this to mount his lights. Now, I know from the pictures that John Dilly sent me that under the arches right here, there are 3 lights. I seen those in the pictures that John sent me. But yeah, so I'm not going to do these middle ones yet. Maybe I will. Why not? Let's just put it in there. If it's wrong, it's wrong, right? We start over.
They make plastic every day.
That's right. and the prices go up every day too.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Get that there. All right, and then the last one here. Now I could have put more in there, and actually, Roy, have you ever been inside this? I want to ask Roy because I know he's in here. Get back here, man. Roy Eltham, have you ever been inside of this train depot? I'm just curious because John Dilly did an awesome job for me this past weekend. I wanted to see some things of how things were put together, so I had John, he goes there every Sunday anyhow with his grandkids, and they train watch there because it's not only Amtrak that goes through there, but it's Metro and it's Union Pacific and all of that stuff drives through there. And one of the shots that he was doing on the video he did, I don't know what compass direction he was looking in, but there was at least 5 track that I saw. So I don't know if there's a yard right there or whatever. Hello, Dave, Crooked River. How's it going? I have not been inside yet, but I'm going there next month. Oh, all right, cool. You'll be pretty amazed on what's inside there. I mean, John just did a real quick float around with his camera, and I saw there's shops down there. I don't know, like if they're eating type of shops or whatever. And then, like I said, from the main entrance building into the main building, there is a hallway there. And it's pretty wide. It's as wide as the doors. And on one side, there's a set of stairs that go up to the 2nd floor. And there's also an elevator that goes up to the 2nd floor. And then you go into the massive opening of the building that we're working on right now. And in that building there's a bunch of shops and all kinds of stuff, and then a whole bunch of seats for people to sit, waiting area. Hey, no problem, Dave. No problem. Your layout's coming along really nice.
Roy
Oh,
says there's a UP yard right there.
yeah, UPR's right there. Okay. All right. All right, let me glue this last piece in here. Yeah, let's get back down. How do you like my little fade thingy? I thought it was pretty cool. All right, last one. All right, we're gonna let that sit up for a minute. And what I am going to do is I am going to get up and I want to get a piece of plastic that's going to fit over that so I can see. Got the microphone off first. So I can see if the angle I did here is going to work. So hang on a second. All right, as soon as this dries up a little bit more, I'm just going to use this as a testing purpose, but I'm just going to put it on here like that. And we'll see if this part of the roof section is going to work. And I'm pretty sure it's going to because it looks like it's going to work. What was that?
What's that?
Did you hear that whistle?
Oh, there was a beep on my phone.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what I heard then. You went beep, beep.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. It looks like this is going to work. The only problem I have with this right now is that the picture that I have doesn't go all the way back to the middle of this roof. It drops off about a quarter of the way, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix that. It might be because the angle of these guys is wrong. I don't know. So we're going to try and figure that out and see what I can do to remedy that. So I think this is this guy's still pretty loose here. He's not doing too good. All right, I'm just going to let that stuff dry up for a couple of minutes. And meanwhile, we can chit chat if you like. Let's see. Let me get that up here and see if I can read it. Sounds a lot like the Everett station, but smaller. Maybe I should, Vinny, do that for me. What? Maybe I should, Vinny, do that for me. Yeah. All right. No problem. Okay. What glue am I using? Is it setting pretty quick? Yes, 99% of the time it does. And I'm using this Model Masters. This is my favorite go-to glue. But during this project, you'll be seeing that I will be using a lot of this Fowler Expert. And this has a little bit more working. They both have about the same working time, about 15 seconds or so to move it around. This one here, I tried the other day. Of course, I got my regular super glue I use when I need to have some extra strength. Then, of course, I told you guys about the Tamiya earlier. And all of these I have used in the project that I'm doing now at various stages during the build. I also, on this particular build, I also used my touch and flow, which worked out really, really good. I was really impressed on how well this worked. In fact, I use it when I put the front and rear arches on here.
I got a bottle of the testers, their answer to the Model Master with the new plastic spout on it.
Yeah.
But by the time you cut the spout back far enough to get the glue out, you've got such a big hole that it just makes a mess and everything.
You know what's funny? And I don't know if I'm having an optical illusion or what, but it seems like the less glue that's in the bottle, the shorter the needle gets.
The less glue, does it slide down into the glue? Or does it drop down?
It doesn't feel like it moves because I can't move it with my hand. But I tell you, I think that this has dropped at least an eighth of an inch. I don't know why. like I said, it might be an optical illusion. I don't know.
Maybe there's more glue fumes coming out than you think.
Yes, Roy. I did not buy them. You bought them for me, buddy. He's talking about the Prozis magnetic right angles. Yes. And unfortunately, I could not use it on here because of the holes, because of the archways. There was nothing for it to actually grab onto, so I couldn't. I did try and use that, and I tried to use the other ones also. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to eat and time to go. All right, Gary, take care, buddy. Talk to you later. You can also use the gluing jig magnet.
So I did get my homework done.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
All right, so let me see it.
All right. I just got to flip cameras here.
There you go.
It's been a busy week, so where did it go? Uh-oh.
Pretty blue. I like it.
It's pretty blue, isn't it? Where did it go? Uh-oh. Gremlins. Sparky's Gremlins. Hang on a sec.
I'm hanging.
I'm going to have to... I got technical difficulties here. Just give me a sec. I'm going to mute this so I'm not...
Yes, Keith, I think I have the ones that you're talking about. Hold on a minute. I'll show you what I have. All right, Heath. I have this type, which comes apart like that, and this is adjustable this way, and this guy's adjustable also. And I got different size of these right angle clamps also. And unfortunately, I couldn't use this on this building because the archways were getting in the way. No, Roy, everything I just showed was all gifts from you. Let me get that back up there. Maybe you guys didn't see that. Hold on. This one, I got two of these. And then I got these. These are all Posies or Prozis or whatever the brand name is. And like I said, unfortunately, I couldn't use these because of the archways. There was just nothing for me to grab onto. You should be able to see now.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have it on me here.
Can you hear me okay, Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get you up there a minute. Hold on.
Yep.
Oops, we got to go here first.
So you wanted, if I can remember correctly, you wanted to do a building in the shape of an L. Yep. Right? And without doing a wall across.
Okay. You did it the way I did it.
Yeah, I did some like opposing corner bracing and then a 90-degree. Oh, you can't really see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
In the corner.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't have any polystyrene signs left, so I had to use the Bristol board. But on the mat there, you can see that it's pretty much 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's lately I have been using my mat to square stuff up to make sure stuff is square when I put it together.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems to be all right. I do have to be honest, I cheated a little bit. Each one of these sides, there's one section, I think it's this section here, that I didn't cut each side separately.
Okay.
Measured it and scored it. And when I went to put it together the first time, the lengths were off.
Yep, exactly.
So, you learn from your mistakes.
Well, if you notice, whenever I cut a piece of plastic, if I have to cut multiple pieces of the same size, like let's say I want to do a wall, a side wall or something like that, I will draw out the dimensions of that wall. And then before I draw out dimensions of the second wall, what I'll do is I'll leave like a 5 millimeter space between them.
Right.
Because when you cut, your blade is going to take up, just like using a power tool, your blade is going to take up a certain amount of space. And if you don't account for that, and that's why I tell you guys, when you cut, if you're going to cut on the outside of the line, and all your cuts have to be on the outside of the line, or if you cut on the inside of the line, all your cuts have to be on the inside of the line.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so when you do that, you probably just drew your measurement out. Then from that line, you drew the next measurement out, and then from that line, you drew the next measurement out. That's probably what you did.
Yeah, exactly. I kept in mind which side of the line I should have measured on. So I nailed that down. It was just maybe the thickness of the line where I scored it.
Well, it's the thickness of the line. It's the thickness of the blade also.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
I learned that a long time ago that you don't do that. You leave a little space in between because you have to account for what side of the line you got to cut on and how thick is the blade cut going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, I learned a valuable lesson. Don't try to rush through your homework.
And you know what? I think I said that in one of the videos on this one here that I was working on. One of these sidewalls. Let me get back down to the other camera here. One of these sidewalls, I think it was this one. No, it was the other side. I actually cut it wrong. I put the holes in the wrong place. And so I must have did this wall 3 times to get it right. So, anyhow, let's see if we can get this up here. All right, and we got that on there like that. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and tape this just like I was earlier. I'll tell you what, I'm having a lot of fun doing this build. There's a lot of challenging parts that had to go on in there.
Well, that's the biggest part of it, is having fun and enjoying what you're doing.
Now, if I can get this guy to stay up here, I think they'll do this. All right. Can't wait till I shore everything up, put all the bracing in that I need to put in. I'm not putting bracing in it just in case I need to make some changes. So let's pretend that this roof goes all the way up, and now this building is in front of it, and I'll put the windows in the front. Somebody's trying to get in touch with me. Let me see who that is. I was told I need to yell at you.
See, I finally found my tube of my go-to glue. I really like using it.
And that's exactly what you're going to get yelled at for.
Well, I had a little bird over here who told me to go look for it.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to put a little tape on this guy. All right, that's looking almost like the place I'm trying to represent. All right, so this is going to be the next building I'm going to build, along with the little buildings that go along with it. And the roof lines on this building are really, really crazy because this one intersects with that one. This one intersects with that one. It's like really crazy.
And that leads out to the clock tower, doesn't it?
No, actually, I do have a surprise for the clock tower. I think Roy's gonna like it. Let me get that for a minute. Hold on. Now, Roy, you're getting a special treat tonight. I wasn't going to show this now, but I'm going to show it to you because I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. So, here you go, Roy, just for you. What do you think?
That looks good. That really turned out nice.
I think I'm going to tell John to make the clocks a little bit bigger. I think they're just a little bit too small. But yeah, he printed the whole thing. He printed the roof part and the clocks and everything. And they're actually two separate pieces. The clock is a ring. Let's see if I can get this off without breaking anything. See, the clock is a ring. And that fits around here. So did a pretty good job on it. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it turned out really well.
Just got to make sure that Roy is happy with it. Let's see. All right, Roy said nice. All right, I like that. All right, guys. So now, let's say that this building is already built, and now we need to intersect the roof with this guy. And so we'll put him there. Mm-hmm. And to me, that almost looks good. Of course, when I get it all glued down and stuff, it'll be okay. Yeah, I think I need to figure this out because, like I said, in the pictures that I have, this part of the roof doesn't go all the way to the center of this roof. It stops about halfway up, about a quarter of the way up. So I need to figure out how to do that. I don't know if I need to make this taller or shorter or whatever. That's something I need to work on to get it to work out. But anyhow, like I said, I'm having fun doing this build. Yeah, let's see. Who is this? Anyhow, that's about as far as we're going to go tonight because there's still lots of measuring I need to do and so on and so forth. Let's see. Roy Elton, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And Spark, I am looking for something to get rid of the bell, okay? So don't get your castañas up and twisted. Let's see. Okay. Davian SF, Joe, Jelly, Grandpa Rails. Oh my God. Thank you, Grandpa Rails. I appreciate that. And thank you for what you did over the weekend for me. I really do appreciate that. I was pretty amazed to see the inside of that building. I had the part that they call the main entrance. Yes, it could be the main entrance because there is a driveway that goes in front of it, and there's like a little loading ramp, like a ramp that if you have a suitcase with wheels, you can roll it up, and you walk through a hallway and you walk into the main building, which is the building that I have situated in front of us now. But I was thinking that you could enter this building from 3 different sides. You can enter from the main, you can enter from the parking lot side, and you could enter from the track side. So there's 3 different ways you can actually walk into this building. And hello, Thomas. How's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in tonight. It's an obsolete Budweiser. Yeah, remember those days? I forgot about that. Were you around when Sparky had the Budweiser thing? The hockey thing?
Yeah.
Anyhow, guys, I'm glad you spent a little time with me tonight. I'm glad to have you with me, and I just wanted to show you the progress I'm making on this. And none of my students turned up except for Sean. Sean has been the only one that's pretty much every week.
Yeah.
And the weeks that he couldn't make it, he told me he was sorry he had to work. So.
Okay, so give it to me straight, Vinny.
Yes.
What's the story behind this glue? I can take it.
Other than putting it in a plastic bag, other than putting it into a paper bag and sniffing it. That's what the kids used to do with that. They'd go buy like 5 or 6 tubes of that stuff, and they wouldn't take the top off. They just cut the whole thing and they squeeze it all into a paper bag, and they put the paper bag over their face as if they were hyperventilating, and they would just breathe it, and they would get high off of it.
Oh yeah, well, I can understand that.
It does. But, I don't know if the aroma. I don't remember the aroma on there, but I think it was a pretty nasty aroma, if I remember correctly.
Well, if we had smell-o-vision, I could put a bit off on my finger for you. Walk it your way. But to give you the idea how old this tube is, it was $1.80.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
and this tube of stuff, depending on where you get it, starts at $7. Okay.
Yeah. Well, $16.99 on Amazon.
You know, I watched Fish Plate Films tonight, and he was saying what you should use to be cleaning your track. And I went ahead and I'm going to order this stuff. It's called Inox, Inox, Inox.
Yeah, A special.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
and, he says to use that. He says don't use any alcohol, don't use a Bright Boy, just use a rag and this stuff. And he says you can enhance it with the CRC 226, the electrical enhancer cleaner track. So I just went on Amazon to see how much. Freaking can, that's just like $22.
Yeah.
And it's just a little can like that. So I go through, you know, and I found one thing: when you go on Amazon, you want to buy something, you always keep looking, even though you find what you want. Mm-hmm. I put that in my cart, and then I keep looking.
Yeah, see if it's somewhere else cheaper. Yeah,
and then I did find one cheap. I found one that was less than half the price, it's $7.95. Yeah.
But they have looked like they had a little tiny tube of it as well.
Well, they had the bottle I'm getting, and it's like $7.95, but it's a spritzer bottle.
Yeah.
You know, so, and what Greg was saying is just get a rag, spray it on a rag, and just wipe it on your track, and you'll see how clean it comes. Because what's happening with the when you use the Bright Boy and stuff like that, it's actually scratching the track.
Yeah.
And when it scratches the track, all the dirt's going into those cracks, and I believe that, you know. Mm-hmm. And the more you use your Bright Boy, the more scratches you make, and makes it harder to keep the track clean. So this stuff here, first of all, he said to use, or someone else said to use a metal washer on the track, and just rub the track, and it's kind of like sanding it down. Or you can use
pardon me, burnish it with like a stainless steel washer.
Yeah, or you can use 4,000 or 5,000 grit emery, wet dry sandpaper to clean it up. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty fine. Yeah. And so the little tub of that stuff will probably last you forever.
William Bryan saying, clean your track with alcohol, then put Oxguard on it, and you'll never need to. Yeah, well, that's what he's saying too. Let's see who else finally right. Well, Roy, I agree with that, but the only problem is, you know, there's a lot of people that's the way they prefer to do it, and they don't realize the damage they're actually doing to their track. I have not used a Bright Boy on mine for a long time. I've been using, like I said, the CRC 226, and I've been putting on a makeup pad and just rubbing that on my track. That's the way I've been cleaning my track. So anyhow, no alcohol. That's right, no alcohol.
Yeah, the odd time I use a Bright Boy on my track, that, you know, hesitantly use it.
Let's see, I'm just going over this. Hello, my train life. My life's track. Sorry, can't even read anymore. Getting old sucks. I could not believe, I don't know if you watched my mail call video. I got 2 Cato locomotives, right? And I could not for the life of me open the box. Open the jewel case. Dude, I'm telling you, it would pull up on one side, and then I go to pull up the other side. This side would flop down, this side would pop up. And I know the way you're supposed to do is you grab it on the bottom. It's got a little lip on the bottom, and you just kind of wiggle it, and it should come off. It wouldn't do it.
It's such a tight seal on them.
Yeah, it was such a tight seal. But once I got it off, and I put it back, then afterwards I said, let me try this again. And then it came off normally. So I guess I broke whatever air vacuum seal that they had in there or whatever. But man, I fought with that thing. JD, a shot in the morning, first time. Yeah, it was tough. I tell you that. Actually, it was Ron Marsh said not to use mineral spirits either.
I thought it was interesting that Ron's video was the idea of positively charged cleaners and negatively charged cleaners depending on the ions in them.
Right. Yeah, and that was something I didn't know either.
And the list of cleaners that he had there was quite interesting to see which were good to use and which weren't.
Yeah, and I've been using well, see, Greg was here, I think 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Hello, John, Mystic. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, John.
Greg was here about 5 years ago. He spent about 3 days with me here at my house. And he actually yelled at me for using 70% alcohol. And he says, "You're using 70% alcohol. What is the other 30%? It's water."
Water. Yeah.
So I jacked it up to 90%. That's all I can find here. I have not found 100%, but I've been using the 90%. Now I'm going to stop using it. No, I mean, if it's hurting my track, I'm not going to use it anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
the only time I use it is when I'm soldering the rails together, and I use the alcohol to clean the paste off.
Right.
Yeah, the flux.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
So what have we got going on for next week then, Vinny?
I don't know. You know, it's getting. I mean, you're progressing pretty good. I mean, you want to do some arches? You want to learn how to do some arches?
All I could try whatever.
Yeah, maybe we'll set that up for next week. Show you guys how to do some arches.
Okay.
And I did all the arches on here, all by hand, as you guys know.
Yeah.
All of those archways on there, all done by hand. And I'll tell you, for just the skinny little connections I have at each corner, this building is actually number one, square, right on the money as far as my mat goes when I put it on my mat. And number two, even though my inside walls are not there yet, it's pretty sturdy.
Is it?
The wall is a little floppy because I don't have any support behind them yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty sturdy for what it is right now, and I'm glad about that.
No, all four walls doubled up with the brick now, or just the areas where the arches are?
No, all four walls. I did this. I wasn't going to do where there was going to be a building in front of it. I was not going to do that part. But then I'm saying to myself, you know what? If I cut that and I'm just a little bit off, you're going to see the white behind there. So I said, You know what? I already got the material. I'm just going to go ahead and just do the entire wall and just do it that way.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Good.
I try to have the least amount of seams on the outside of the building where you can see them.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, I mean, to me, it makes it seem. Now, there's another thing I'm going to do here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart right now. Oops. Now, if you guys can see this, but along the edge here, you can still see the white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm going to do with that is I will take one of my strips and I'll put it over that like that. And what it'll make it look like will be another pilaster on the outside. So that's what that'll do.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Follow what I'm saying? So it'd be just like this corner piece right here.
Yeah.
Would be wrapped around, like it would be a column. A brick column going all the way up. So that's how I'm going to cover up these edges here. And it will look good. Let's see. Yeah, I know this was Wicked Insanity. This is cheap tape that I bought. It was cheap. I forgot what it was, but I got 3 rolls of this massive tape. And what I intend to do with this basically is cover my track when I start doing scenery. That's basically all it's good for. I don't think I would use it for masking tape. I moved that 2618. Moving up in the row. Is John 2618 here?
I haven't seen him.
They're saying 2618 here. 2 people.
Or are they just counting the number of Johns?
That could be too.
Maybe they're practicing their math.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see him here.
John Mystic says, cover your tracks, Vinny. Good thinking.
Actually, I was thinking of doing the scenery before I even lay any track. But I think it would be a little bit difficult to do it that way. Especially because I'm on the 3rd level, and I have Dave brought over his little step stool that he's got. It's a 2-step stool. And when you get up on the top step, I actually have to lean against, I have to get my thighs leaning up against the layout, the lower section of the layout, so I can lean over as far as I can to work on this, because you're looking at way up here. It's at my eye level. That's where the 3rd level is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can count 1, 2, 7. And there you go. JMHS, how's it going, my friend? Glad you can make it in here. Unfortunately, we're getting ready to shut this down. This was just a quickie tonight. Yeah, so next week if you want to do arches, have a compass.
Okay.
And well, you got all the rest. You got the knife and straight edge and all that. And Z, if you're still in here, I hope you join in next week. And Nathan, I'm surprised Nathan hasn't shown up. I did send you guys. Did you get the email?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. And I think John Schoolkill. Oh, okay. They are counting John's. John Schoolkill, if you're still here, and I know you are because I just seen a comment from you. Thank you for the advice. This is 2 hours since we spoke, and the internet has not dropped out. So maybe that was the whole issue right there, was to reset the modem. I appreciate your help, John. I really do. Anyhow, yeah, okay, he's still here. No, you had physical therapy. That's too bad. My daughter works at it. She's a manager in a physical therapy office. Actually, there's 5 offices that she manages. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it good tonight. I appreciate everybody showing up tonight. And Sean, I really do appreciate you being here every week.
Oh, thank you, Vinny. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on the Tuesday.
And for you guys that are in here tonight, I don't know if it's the same group that's in my regular live streams, but this coming Friday in my live stream, I will be doing my 4,000 subscriber giveaway. And last week's stream, I showed all the gifts that I was going to be giving away. And so next week, we're going to do the old Sparky numbers game. I'll show you the
insanity.
I know it, and I have like 11 gifts, so that's you know how many times I'm gonna have to watch that to see who's the first one to get each one. God, I know.
So that's Friday, April the 30th, eh?
Yeah, Friday the 30th, exactly. I will have my sponsor on with me, Robert Small from Yankee Dabbler. He'll be on with me. We are giving a really, really good gift certificate on this round. So you want to make sure you're there. 8 o'clock on Friday night, guys. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for everybody showing up.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.